What's up, guys? Hank the Ghost here, also known as Henry. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am driving on the highway on I-90 right now. As you guys know, I'm still here with the captain, the infamous, notorious, luxurious Lincoln Limousine MKS all-wheel drive, tuxedo black metallic exterior with interior black charcoal leather seats. Your spokesman here live on YouTube with the limousine car and your limousine driver of the suburbs and Chicagoland area of Illinois, who works with two rideshare companies that take care of me. I take care of their customers and my own customers, and the rideshare sales and profits always take care of themselves. And today's video is about New Year's Eve, guys. We started off strong, or actually I did. I know some rideshare drivers that drove that night on New Year's Eve actually did pretty well, just like I did. The promotions were really good for that day. Uber had said for us to drive from the hours of 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. for a very good bonus, obviously getting surge as well. I chose to drove the overnight. I was a little bit scared, guys, just to let you know, to drive, because I really wasn't I really didn't know what to expect, right? I didn't know what to expect driving on New Year's Eve with Uber, and that's all that I drove on New Year's Eve. It was just Uber itself. I did not do Lyft that day. My focus was just to drive Uber. The promotions were really good from 6 p.m. till about 10 p.m. They had said that if we did 10 trips, we would get a $60 bonus on top of our earnings, which I did. I got that bonus. And then from 10 p.m. till 4 a.m., we only needed to do 13 trips to get a total of $145, which was obviously on top of our earnings. You know, the trips, the base fares, the flat surges, also, you know, tips if we got tips. On the app, I only got $20 in tips. I did, however, get $30 in cash tips. So for that night, I ended up with $550. Sometimes it takes me 3 days to get $500. I did $550 in just one day. It was 11 and a half hours of drive time. I did push myself to drive the limit that I needed to drive. I obviously overdid it. Normally when I just do 10 hours, I do a normal of 10 hours. But there you have it, guys. You know, the promotions were real good. Hopefully next year on New Year's Eve, obviously Uber and Lyft are still around, you know, they'll have good promotions like they did this New Year's Eve for me. I knew I had to work. I was a little bit scared. I still saw some stuff on the road that made me, you know, made me almost feel like maybe I shouldn't drive during this time of the hour now. I should probably start heading home, because I saw some things. But before I talk about that, I wanted to let you know the 13 trips, I was actually surprised. I was surprised at the fact that it was going to take me 6 hours to just do 13 trips. I thought I was going to be able to do a lot more, but little do I know, when I'm on trip 12, it was already 3:53 in the morning when I was dropping off the 12th customer, and I said, wow, I'm only one trip away from me getting this extra $145. And I was actually a little bit scared, because I said, man, I only have 7 minutes left to get this last call. If I don't get this last call, I'm not going to get the bonus. You know, the way it worked out is do 7 trips from 10 p.m. to 6, from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. so that we can get $45, and then the last 6 trips you would get the $100. So it was a total of $145. So I did get the $45 plus the 60, but I was getting kind of worried because I thought that I wasn't going to get the last trip. It was 3:53 in the morning, and then also Uber had said that I only had like 12. Sorry guys, we're losing connection. We still have very bad connection. I can't believe this shit. I'm driving on the highway. Should get some type of satellite here somewhere. It still says very bad connection. I don't know why. At 3:57 in the morning, I literally almost cried. I was like, shit, I'm not getting this last call. I almost thought of it as like, nah, Uber doesn't want to pay me the last $100, and I was like, shit, damn it, I'm not gonna get my $100. 3:58 comes in, I'm like, damn, and I get the ping. I'm like, oh fuck. It says that I'm like a minute away. It doesn't matter if it was 12 minutes away. As long as I accepted the ping before 4 a.m., I was gonna get obviously my $100. The thing that I was worried about when I accepted the ping, even though I knew it was only a minute away, I was like praying to God. I was like, man, please. I was like, I wanted to call the customer and tell him like, please don't cancel on me. I did not want to be that type of person where I call him and tell him, please don't cancel me. I'm the type of person where I call him and tell him, please don't cancel me. My last trip, obviously I can't do it. It's not professional, but obviously I didn't. But when I went to go pick up the customer, I was happy too, because it was these 4 guys that were just going home. They didn't look wasted or anything. They looked like they were still having fun, and they were pretty cool, you know. And it was a 7-minute trip. And when I dropped them off at like, I think it was like at 4:08 or 4:09 in the morning. And when I dropped them off, it said, congratulations, $100 added into your account. I was like, yes. I actually would have gotten the trips done faster if it wasn't for stupid drunk people. Man, I tell you, man, I was stuck in the heart of downtown where the surge was high. It was like as high as $35. At 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, when I was only 5 trips away from getting this extra $100 bonus, I was getting pings, right? Every time I was getting a ping, I was getting a call from the customer telling me, hey, there's traffic. This thing says you're 3 blocks away, but it says you're going to be here in 20 minutes. I said, there's a lot of Uber drivers right now trying to pick up customers. It'll be a lot easier and faster for you to walk to a destination where there isn't any traffic, where I can drive to that destination to go pick you up. Because Hubbard and Clark Street, where all the bars and restaurants are at and nightclubs are at, it was fucking livid fucking packed. I was fucking pissed. Every time that I was done talking to the customer and I was trying to be as calmly and as professional as I could be, I said, if you want me to pick you up and you want me to take you to your destination from point A to point B, it's going to be a lot faster, a lot easier, a lot safer if you just walk away from that street, meet me on Kinsey, or meet me at the next street on Chicago Avenue, or meet me on Dearborn Street where there's no traffic. I can pick you up there, if not 20 minutes to a half hour, to pick you up for a 3-block. Listen to this. I was 3 blocks away. Normally I would have to say that I was a quarter mile away. I was 3 blocks away, and the downtown location right there by Hubbard and Clark Street looked like the fucking highway on I-90 near Cumberland. Fucking literally bumper to bumper traffic. The only way I can get to my customers was for me to get away from the destination and pick them up someplace else. It would have been better for them to walk. A lot of these, the one customer that called me and hung up on me and whatever, they canceled on me. I was like, shit, this isn't gonna work out. Got another one. Called, went through the same thing I'm telling you right now in this live stream. They hung up, I hung up with them. a lot of them were wasted. I was like, I was expecting this. It was already 2 o'clock in the morning. I shit you not, I had 8, I think it was 7 or 8 cancellations. I wasted literally a fucking hour in downtown trying to pick one person up till I got to about the 9th person that I got the ping. At that point, I didn't even care. Got the ping. At that point, I didn't even care about the flat search anymore. Just pick up this customer. On the 9th customer, I actually set my destination filter to go home, to go towards Carpentersville, because I said to myself, you know what? It's chaos here. I cannot pick up anyone here anymore. And I got the ping to take someone. Towards Milwaukee and Belmont area, and right then and there, that was fucking perfect, because I noticed that the surge started going down because everyone's already getting picked up, getting taken home. So I started. When I drove that one customer, she was a girl, I was able to pick her up. Everything fucking worked out perfect. It was 2:30 in the morning. No, it was about 2:15 in the morning. And I said, shit, I got an hour and 45 minutes left to do 4 trips. I shit you not. It was very, very painful for me to see that 4 trips that I can probably get done in 45 minutes to an hour was still taking me an hour, 45 minutes, almost 2 hours to get done. So I guess with Uber saying that, you know, you only needed to do 13 trips to get the $145 bonus plus a $60 easy bonus that was from, you know, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. They knew that it was going to be chaos. They knew that it was going to be difficult for us to pick up our customers. So, you know, I think Uber, for at least knowing, I guess, from last year that that's the way it was going to be, maybe they had like last year do 20 trips and maybe a lot of people didn't make their bonus. So Uber probably, maybe a lot of people didn't make their bonus. So Uber probably realized now that this year, hey, let's make it less trips and give them this type of bonus so that, you know, we can make sure that these guys are picking up customers. But it wasn't just me, you know, there was other drivers that had the same problem. I was watching on the GroupMe channel, on Gio's GroupMe chat. A lot of them were saying like, wow, man, these guys are all canceling because the Uber driver can't get to their destination. So a lot of these drunk people on New Year's Eve, they were so drunk that they just decided to get upset because all they want, you know, what these dumb people were doing, you know, these customers of ours, they were canceling on us. I had one that canceled on me when I was like literally just 1 block away. Just another 5 more minutes, I would have made it to him, and then I was calling him and telling him, listen, I'm literally a block away from you. If you come walk my way, I could probably see that you're the one that I'm talking to, because I could see the person a block away, and I'm like, I think that's you. Are you the one wearing the black hat? I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm like, I'm literally this, walk to your right, walk on Hubbard, I'm right here. And the guy's like, yeah, okay, all right, I'll meet you over there. Little do I know, again, fucking canceled on me again. I was like, man, New Year's Eve for everyone was just like, you know, when everyone got wasted, everyone got wasted. And, you know, now comes to the part where I was trying to tell you guys that I'm still surprised that even with rideshare companies being around the entire nation, and I'm just going to talk about Chicago, it amazes me how stupid people still decide to get drunk, especially on New Year's Day, to get drunk, especially on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, whatever, or any other day. But this one proves it to be a proven fact that people still drink and drive. It's probably about the dumbest thing that you can do, you know. I put on my Facebook channel, said, hey, you're probably going to end up paying anywhere from $20 to $300 for a ride. it still beats a $14,000 DUI. That's how much our DUI is in the North Aurora and Aurora location. I was actually there because I had to go to the police department to talk about a customer problem that I had one time, and everything was fixed. Nothing major, it was just something small. But I had seen that. I was talking to an officer and said, I pulled up a pamphlet and I said, hey, is this true? Like your DUI just went up to 14,000. Thought it was 10,000. Oh yeah, no, it's still 10,000. Pretty much all around the Chicagoland area and in some other suburbs. But us here, we really hit it hard. We find you drinking and driving around here, it's $14,000. Lose your job, everything. License. It really sucks. I saw someone get arrested. I literally saw the cop because I was stuck in traffic. I saw the cop pull somebody over. The guy's coming out of the car. He's fucking drunk out of his mind. I know he doesn't have like a mental or health issue problem because he was just tippy-toeing all over the place. The police officer just literally handcuffed him because there's no need for the police officer to do a sobriety test on him. There's no need for him to do the walk the line bullshit test on him. The guy's just literally tipping all over the place. And when I saw him pull him over, I guess he probably pulled him over before the fact, because when he pulled over like nice and calmly. But I guess before he pulled him over, maybe he was like drifting in and out of the lanes and shit. And he made it to that Hubbard and Clark location, and I saw him fucking get arrested. And everyone was looking at that. Everyone was videotaping. If I had a chance to videotape, I would do it. But I was on my way to pick up a canceled customer that was canceling on me. I was getting more pings and pings until I finally got my 9th customer to have me accept the call and finally pick them up. Obviously, pick her up. But I saw a police officer bloodied up. I don't know if he was shot at. I don't know if he was cut up. His arm. Maybe he was attending to another person that probably got shot at. I saw 2 guys on the floor. One of them, blood was coming out of her chest. The other one, blood was coming out of their head. I don't know if those 2 died. They were near a club right there on Lake Street, near Transit. I saw 2 cars flipped over. I'm pretty sure they were drunk drivers or other drunk drivers hit them. I was praying to God that night that, hopefully nothing would happen. Hopefully I don't get hit by a drunk driver, because it surprises me that even till this day, 4 or 5 years later, that Uber's been around and Lyft's been around and many other rideshare companies have been around. There's still idiots out there that decide to get into a car, wasted, drunk, and they're risking their own lives, their jobs, their careers, risking someone else's lives on the road for them to get into a car accident and possibly kill someone. It's the weirdest thing, man. I've seen some pretty bad accidents last year in 2018. I'm glad 2018 is over now. It was actually a good year for me. I did like it, but who knows, guys? Maybe this year, maybe a lot more people will understand that even though the bar in the suburbs, if your bar is like 5 minutes away and you choose to drive and you get wasted, and you decide to drive back home, I'm just gonna call you stupid and retarded too, because for you to live 5 minutes away from your house, the Uber ride is probably only gonna cost you $10. Go drink after the Uber driver's taking you to your bar location. Drink as much as you want, get wasted, order another Uber again, and then, obviously, pay another $10, or it might be more because it's probably surging. Even if you paid $500 for you to go to your destination and come back home, that still beats a $14,000 fine, $10,000 fine. $10,000 license is lost, and you possibly lost your job. Drinking and driving, don't expect to drive for Uber or Lyft for about the next 7 to 10 years. Because Uber and Lyft are pretty strong with those DUIs. You have to wait like 7 to 8 years, be sober for 7 or 8 years, not have anything on your record that shows that you've been doing anything bad, and and then you can possibly maybe drive for them again. You know, and who knows? Maybe Lyft and Uber may not be around by that time. You might have autonomous vehicles driving on their own. But yeah, guys, it sucks for me to have to see that, you know, on New Year's Eve. I know it can get a lot more crazier working on New Year's Eve. I was expecting that, but for me to see a lot of the shit that I don't normally see driving for rideshare, because like I said, I do see a lot of stuff happening, but I probably only see maybe one mediocre thing happen a week and one bad thing happen about once every thing happen a week, and one bad thing happen about once every 2 or 3 weeks, where I really see a really bad car accident. 2 months ago or a month ago, I saw an 18-wheeler on fire on I-90. It was all in flames. The whole fucking thing was on flames. I don't know what was going on, but there was drivers getting out of the cars and telling the fucking driver to get away from his rig. And he's like, no, I'm still trying to make sure the fire department gets here. I'm like, everyone's trying to tell him it's a fucking lost cause. The entire front, the rig in the front where the engine's at and the guy's it was all in flames. It looked like it was about ready to fall into pieces. The rig in the back, all in flames. The tires were all in flames. I saw the diesel gas tank. He was parked very far off the side of the shoulder. The 18-wheeler that was on fire. There's 4 or 5 lanes on I-90. Everyone that was driving still through where that 18-wheeler was on fire, even me, I went as far as I could to the left because I saw the tank. It was literally in fucking flames. I said, this rig is gonna fucking blow the fuck up. Like I mean, it was the worst thing that I saw. I don't know if this guy probably didn't put enough diesel oil in his engine, or maybe where he had his oil change service or whatever caught on fire. It was the scariest fucking thing that I could ever see. But yeah, guys, once every 2 or 3 weeks I'll see something that looks pretty bad. But on New Year's Eve, man, you just can't tell everyone all the time how important it is that rideshare business is around, and all you need to do is just get yourself an Uber or Lyft. And I'm hoping that this year, you know, it kind of slows down when it comes to getting into accidents, especially drunk driving. I hope all that changes, man, because for Uber to be around now for over 5 years, for you to be drinking and driving, it's probably about the dumbest thing you can do. You're just stupid and retarded. I don't know if some of you guys are going to get upset with your wife or husband, that, especially wife, that, hey, wife, you know, I had to pay $300 for me to get home from this bar because it was surging, you know. And if she's going to get upset with you, well, hey, guess what? That beats a $10,000 DUI. You know, I don't know what else to say. I would rather pay $500 for someone to take me home if I got really wasted and it's surging like crazy for Uber or Lyft. I'd rather do that. And to tell you the truth, if my house is like literally a mile away and it was surging, which I know won't happen for me to have to pay $100, I would literally pay $100, and I'd probably tip the guy like an extra $10 or $20 for a girl or a guy taking me home safely. So, but yeah, guys, you know, I had a fantastic New Year's Eve. You know, I'll show you. I'll be done with this video right now real quickly, but it shows right there. It's 520. It shows the earnings. It shows how many hours I drove. It's 28 trips, 11 and a half hours, 56 points for that night. The trip earnings was $290.10. There's a platinum rewards money I got for $5.75. I got $20 in the app tip. I got $30 in cash tips. And there's the promotions of the Quest promotions that they had for us. It was 3 Quest promotions from 6 p.m. To 4 a.m. I actually started driving, believe it or not, I started driving at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was driving around the suburbs because I knew that if I drove around the suburbs, it wouldn't count towards my city time. So I actually drove 2 hours in the suburbs, and literally, like, after 2 hours of driving, it was like 6:05. That's when the first Quest bonus started, and I was in the city, and they had said that I had like 9 hours and 58 minutes left of city drive time, and I was there the entire fucking time. I drove for 6 straight hours. No, I'm sorry. I drove for 7 straight hours before I took a lunch. I found a Subway. I literally scarfed my fucking sandwich down my throat because it was so busy. It was just hard, for me to pick up trips too, because the hardest part was to get trips after like 1:30 in the morning, because obviously everyone's drunk, they're canceling. But after me just having 15-20 minutes of lunch break, because I scarfed my I was literally eating in the car, and I was like, I ate it for 10 minutes, and then I was eating my chips, and I had a cookie. While I was eating my chips and cookie, and my drink, I was already getting a ping. I was like, yep, this is it. I gotta go. I didn't have time to stretch. I didn't take my 45-minute or hour break like I normally do when I'm driving for Uber. And I just, dude, that day was just a day, obviously, to remember. And it was a day to just think and say to yourself, this is the day I need to make money. Because I know this is the day I'm going to make money. I know I'm going to make a lot of money. So, yeah, guys, it was good. I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely want to do it next year. Obviously, if this gig is still around, which I think obviously it will. And to any of you guys that were out there, doing a rideshare business, definitely congratulations on the money you guys made. I saw a lot of you guys make almost as close as what I made on Gio's GroupMe chat. And to a lot of you riders out there, especially the ones that I picked up, the 28 riders, I thank you for not drinking and driving. I can't stress much enough that, drinking and driving really sucks, and to those guys that got caught, by the police, the ones that I saw, you fucking deserve it, because the way that guy was just tiptoeing out of his car, he could have caused a major car accident. And for the police officer to just quickly arrest a guy, I mean, shit. I've never seen a police officer arrest someone so quickly in my life. that guy deserved it. It is what it is. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for joining Hank's the Ghost channel for rideshare here. Again, thank you to all the riders that chose not to drink and drive. And I saw a lot of guys out there that were doing rideshare. They did about the same amount of trips as I did, 28 trips. So 28, trips times hundreds and hundreds of drivers that picked up riders that decided not to drink and drive. Thanks to you all, and that's pretty much it, guys. So be safe out there if you're driving, and I'll catch you guys on the next slide. Bye-bye.